Welcome back to another episode of the Aloha Life. So we're going to talk today about goal setting, and we're going to just design this next year and make it your dream year. So some things we want to remember, just setting goals and creating a plan for 2025. And that's kind of where I'm at. We're in this new year. And then I'm going to have a freebie that you're going to have access to at the end of it with the vision board, the heart vision board even. So we're going to talk about that later, but let's talk about which pillars goal setting actually would help. So to me, like I showed you, this has all 5 heart pillars listed. So you can create something for every area of your life. There's even room on the back if there's other areas. I know I have my work goals or other things that you want to just remember to be a part of your year. And then as far as the pillars that goal setting affects directly, maybe reclaiming your time, being more intentional with your time, and doing things that creating a routine in your day, or setting a budget and empowering your finances. Those are the kinds of things that the heart pillars are going to help you with. And I just want you to get this worksheet from the blog or have the show notes link at the bottom, and you can get it there. First things first, though, let's talk about this last year. Let's review what went well in 2024, what didn't go well in 2024. We had some job changes with my husband's work. We had sicknesses. We're going to have surgery because of 2024 injuries that roll into 2025. So that's going to affect my overall year. Let's see. And just what areas of, the heart pillars do you want to focus on more and build more into your 2025 year? Let's see, 2024. I'm kind of in this process now where I'm doing my review and looking back. It was a big year for us. We had a graduation. My son left on a 2-year service mission, all kinds of things. So we're just kind of recapping all of our year and everything that happened. And then you're going to want to make some priorities for 2025. What goals and personal values and long-term vision do you want? So that's what this vision board is good for. You want to think about the end of the year versus 5 years from now versus 10 years from now. So you don't want to just only think about the near future. You want to think long-term too. And so let's try to think about, our areas that we want to talk about. And, is your career something you're developing? You need to do a little bit more professional development or going back to school. How about your health? Like, what do you want to do to achieve wellness? And we're going to talk about, ways to just break those areas down. When you're living with purpose, are there people in your life that you need to maybe remember and relate to more often? So building those relationships. And then maybe a hobby. Is there something you want to do for your self-care, something to develop yourself that will give you that recharge, whatever recharges you? So yes, we're going to talk about those SMART goals, SMART. There's other ones, but this one's, I think, helps us to narrow it down and break it down into what makes sense. So we said if you have a fitness goal, we're not going to just say exercise more. We're going to be a little more specific. We're going to make it measurable. We're going to make it achievable. We're not going to lose hundreds of pounds or even put that as a goal. Make it relevant, make it time-based. So is there a certain number of days a week, or is there an amount of time a day that you can dedicate to this goal? So saying something like walking 30 minutes a day for 3 to 5 days a week, you would want to pick the number of days and be more specific, of course. But for quarter one, you're going to, maybe try that out, and then you can reassess and see, can I add more time? Am I finding more enjoyment? So I want to go more often. And maybe that's something you want to do as like your self-care time as well. So you kind of build your self-care and your health care, wellness into this same goal. And then, you want to just not overwhelm yourself. You want to make sure to pick no more than 1 to 2 goals in each of your areas of each of the pillars, so that you're not trying to do all the things at once. And that's why I said Q1, come back, reassess, and do those kinds of things later. And then there's ways to keep yourself motivated and track your progress. You do want to check back often, like I said, maybe quarterly, come back to this board and your ideas and maybe see what needs to be adjusted. Can I spend more time? Do I need less time? Do I need to change my activities? Do I need to, things like that. But then you're going to break it into smaller goals. Hey, if I do my 5 days a week for all quarter, I get to reward myself in this way, or build an accountability partner, find someone that will go walking with you. I find that I do better if I have to answer to someone else than my own self. And that shows poor discipline on my own part, and I can totally admit that. But if I have someone that I'm accountable to, I do so much better. So I need that person to just kind of nudge me a little bit. Have you gone yet today? Have you done this today? Where are you at on such and such? So maybe an accountability buddy that you can work on things with or check on each other. So kind of maybe do a little shout out. Hey, this is what I'm working on. Who wants to check in with me? Or, do a little group message or group text so you guys can keep each other accountable. And then, of course, there's also flexibility. Life happens, and we totally get that. You may be down for a week. You may be sick. Things can be adjusted. Don't get hard on yourself. I think that's one of the biggest things. Is don't tell yourself it's a lost cause and think you have to start over. No, pick up where you're at and just continue. Hey, I said I was going to do this 4 weeks straight. So start your weeks over, or just continue from there. And then, just visit either monthly or quarterly. So you can do that. I also like to build in little rewards along the way. Like I said, like if I do it for 4 weeks straight, something happened week 3, so I'm going to do 4 weeks after that straight. What can I do for myself? Oh, I'm going to get this book or this other self-care personal development book. There's something that I wanted to read, or, something that you can reward yourself and look forward to. Because if you're looking forward to something, that's where I am with travel. Like I have to have a trip booked all the time. Like now I have a countdown. I need a countdown to keep myself, grounded, sane, things like that. So you want to make sure to have something that gets you, I can do a spa day after I've done such and such. And it doesn't even have to cost a lot. I don't want this to affect your financial budget and your financial goals, but you do want to make sure that you put yourself as a priority somewhere throughout the year. And then, so I have this vision board. I use a digital calendar app called Artful Agenda, and it gives me the day-by-day items that I can check off. I can track my progress and see how many days in a row that I've completed my routines and my things that I want to work on. And then that's when you can come back and readjust and reassess things. So it works really well. And then, so that's why I'm building my year out with these areas. These are areas that I feel like covers most of my things that I need in my life. And so that's why I'm sharing it with you guys, sharing it with you. So you're going to go to the blog where the show notes link is, and you're going to get the free vision board to talk about what do you see for yourself by the end of the year, by the end of 5 years, by the end of 10 years. Just kind of write it out based on what you want for the next year. Okay, so it's backwards for you. I'm sorry. But home harmony, empowering finances, achieving wellness, reclaiming time, travel, and live with purpose. So these are your relationships, your memories, things that you want to create with your family or others that are in your life. So in the comments, I want to hear what you're working on this year. I want to hear where you're at as far as maybe your reflection. What did you learn somewhere in the year? And then next, we're going to talk about more of that self-care stuff. So that's why I've been hinting about that. But if you have any questions for me, let me know on the show notes page, the blog, and I can get back to you there, or on the community page here on the video. So if you have any other ideas or what works for you, like, I want to hear your side of things too. This is not just about me. So these are things that I've done, that I've tested and tried, and I feel like works for a good majority. Like, not everyone's going to, and I'm sorry about this one piece of hair that's being blown in my face. But yeah, there's got to be other ways and other things that work for you. If you find it's not working for you, maybe you need to break it down further. So you do 5 minutes a day. Can you do it, get it going so it's more of a habit, and get a habit built around this idea? Then maybe you can also build on top of it a little bit each month. But you've got to build these things and these habits into your everyday life. And that's where I feel like we would do a lot better. So I'm working on my routines. I told you the first episode that I'm working on my morning routine. Some days I'm awesome. Other days I don't get out of bed until the second I have to get to work. So that's just one of those things that I'm just like, little bit at a time. I've got to build one little thing at a time. I think I tried to do too much, and I was like, oh, I have these 7 steps of my habits. I'm going to do this, and then go to work. No, it doesn't work like that. I need to take a few more breaks and wake up a little bit earlier sometimes so I can get all the things done that I want to do. And so we all have struggles. I'm 100% open and honest about it. Hopefully you can be real with yourself and decide what works for you. Where do you need to break things down further? Maybe get some reward system going, accountability going, and then see how that works. And honestly, the check-ins are the biggest part to me. So hopefully you got something out of this. Let me know what you think, and we'll talk more next week.